But this is a dirty game, bro. And what I've always said is all is fair in love, war, and challenges, 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 and challenges.
What's really good, pot stirrers? Welcome to another episode of Love, War, Challenges. I am MTV Malik. She is Becky at Gift Master Bex. And of course, we are joined by the one, the only, the Stan, the man, the myth, the legend, Antonio, a.k.a. the Bananas Defender. What's really good?
What's up?
Hold on.
Hi,
Hold on.
guys.
Wait. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to get it in.
Nice.
Where's the alcohol, Malik? Always there.
Let's
Always
get this
present.
party started.
Okay. No sense in wasting a lot of shit. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before we go in, one thing I definitely wanted to talk about is, hold on 1 second. Becky, Antonio, why don't you guys talk it up for a second?
About what?
But what?
Just go in while I fix my audio.
Oh. How's your day going, Antonio?
Going good. Very stressful right now because, my microphone currently isn't working, so I'm relying on my backup microphone. And if you know Malik, he is very strict on his microphone policy.
Yeah. My shit's working now.
You're lucky you don't get kicked off the episode.
Honestly, I thought I would. If Tyler was here, I thought Malik would have told me. It's just not even bother today.
All right.
Just go home.
So before we get it in, I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to my homeboy Dave out there listening, his father Paul. Very big fans of the challenge, very big fans of us. Wishing you guys the best. Sent them some stuff. They love it. We're always down to help. If you guys know anybody who's in need of some challenge gear, go ahead and hit me up. I got plenty to give out. In case you don't notice, head to thechallengegear.com. Get all of your challenge gear. Head to shop.lwcpodcast.com to get all of your LWC podcast gear. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. D is gone. MTV has banished her into the land of the Santucci's and the Evans. How do we feel about this? Becky, kick it off.
I think that I feel bad for her. I've never seen somebody spiral so quickly into the abyss of just you were wondering where she was going and what she was doing. It's almost sad to see, but it's an important lesson that people need to understand that what they say has consequences. And Dee is suffering a huge consequence for her actions and, her ignorance. You don't speak on a subject that you have no knowledge of. You don't just start talking because you end up sounding stupid. And she basically showed her ass and she got stuck in it.
Antonio, what is your take on D getting bounced the fuck up out of the challenge and MTV overall?
Initially, I did feel bad, but as I'm I read the whole thing a few times. I actually took time to go see everyone's story here and there, but now I don't really feel bad for her anymore. She just kept digging herself her own grave, and she didn't make any situation. The whole situation itself was a mess to begin with, but she never once helped herself. The apologies, they were there, but I mean, I've seen like we've seen the news lately. Drew Brees made comments. His apology was a lot better compared to hers. I mean, yes, they are two on different levels of like personality wise, I would say, but D just dropped the ball. And what really bothered me more about D is that D is in a house with well-known people from the challenge. Why isn't anyone there taking her phone away from her? Why isn't anyone saying, "Hey D, stop for a second, let us talk, and then go back on your phone and apologize"? She just didn't help herself. That's why I can't feel bad. She dug her own grave.
Nobody's anybody's mother. If Dee's out there tweeting these things, it's
No,
not
yeah.
like anybody else to say, "Give me your phone."
But to call themselves your friends, your mentor, as in Wes,
He was at work. He was not in the building at the time of said incidents. Do not drag this. I will not deal with Wes slander right now.
But especially like what's going on like today wise, like that's like the one thing you don't want to get called out for. I would say, like it's just it could have been avoided. So that's all. That's where I'm gonna put it.
All right. So, do I feel bad for D? A little bit. She didn't say anything super racist, but now is not the time to ham up your role as a TV villain. Now is not the time to try to be funny and witty about anything, including Black Lives Matter. It was poorly timed, and that is what she is the victim of. She could have used a nice tall glass of some shut the fuck up. Should have just closed your goddamn mouth. Shouldn't have said shit. And you dug yourself into a hole, and this is what's going to happen. This is our new normal. Face masks and people not being racist. You guys are going to have to get used to this shit. This is what time it is. Do I feel that it was appropriate what MTV did? Sure. The problem I have with what MTV did is, now you drop the hammer, this is where you make your stand. This is the hill you're going to die on. D. We've seen problematic behavior from multiple cast members, but this is where you drop the hammer on. No second chances, no nothing. This is where you drop the hammer on. And that feels wrong. Don't get me wrong. Is D deserving of everything she got in? Yes. But where is the context? Where is the past behaviors where people know that this is the line? Don't get me wrong. D should have closed her mouth. She should have said what she said. But there has been multiple problems before. And the fact that where it's not great at is that this is where MTV draws the line. MTV needs to, we're going to get on this. MTV needs to go in the past and start correcting some stuff that has gone on in the past. Can people mature and adjust? Absolutely. Absolutely. D wasn't given no second chances. She got the hammer dropped on her. But keep the same energy for other cast members.
Oh, they did. Didn't they drop the hammer on Taylor, who made racist tweets from 2012?
Now that brings us to our second story. MTV severs ties with Taylor Selfridge. Now, Taylor has never been on a challenge, but she's been on Are You the One? And she's been on X on the Beach. Very famously on X on the Beach, there was an incident where Corey's ex came in and she spit on her. And in light of that, her old tweets where she has used racist behavior has turned up. You okay over there, Antonio?
You're right, Antonio. I'm getting funny bone.
I'm sorry, guys. Let's go ahead and cut the feed out so Antonio can recover. Anything to stop that face he's making right now. It's a face only a mother can love.
Jesus
if that.
Christ.
All right. Ow, that fucking hurt like a bitch. Okay.
But Taylor is Corey Wharton's second baby mother. And she put out tweets like, my uncle is marrying an Asian, tell Aunt Ping Ping to make me some sushi, or I don't want to greet the black people because they scare me. Whole bunch of other fucked up shit. This is about 8 years ago. How do you guys feel about MTV dropping the hammer on Taylor for tweets made 7 years ago? Is this MTV just making up ground? Is it right? Is it wrong? Tell me how you feel about that. Antonio.
I think them going back is beneficial now because everyone's realizing what they did wrong.
Hindsight is 2020.
But the thing is, though, like I don't know. It's just it's a tough position to speak on. I feel like because yes, it was 8 years ago. Yes, it was messed up and fucked up, but I do believe in character growth. I do believe people can mature and like take back what they said. I mean, everyone's human.
It's very interesting you say that because on this season of Teen Mom,
I didn't see Teen Mom, so
of course not. But it has been, and Gabe pointed this out. It has been brought up several times, and it was used as a storyline that where Corey's baby mother and Taylor had issues at. So MTV knew about this well beforehand, and they used this to their benefit. And now she's getting fired for it.
Tyler's a scapegoat. She's literally a scapegoat. They're using this because people are bringing it up. Maybe people just didn't see the TM episode. I didn't know about it until it was brought up. I apologize for cutting you off, Antonio.
No, it's okay.
But the situation becomes is Tyler, I keep calling her Tyler. Taylor has openly said that she apologized. She has spoken to Cheyenne. She's gotten a lot of stuff that she said kind of clarified to her on why it was wrong. She educated herself. I'm not saying that they aren't right to cut ties with her because maybe it's for the best, but this has to be an across the line thing. It seems that it's interesting that these are the females of MTV that are reaping the consequences of these actions versus the men who have done multiple racist, homophobic, sexist, even if you want to talk about like trans situations where people are making comments about women looking like men. It's just unfortunate that MTV.
Antonio, are you smoking?
He's vaping.
Yeah.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Do I need to go get my vape pen? I'm feeling left out.
Oh, vape? All right.
But hey, everything's now legal in Illinois, so I can.
This isn't weed. I don't smoke.
Lies. No, just kidding. But anyway, but just basically, it's just MTV is going to get called out because they are cherry picking who they are calling out, and they're seemingly only going after women. And even if you want to look at it, it's Camilla, who really didn't even get let go because of her racist comments, was let go because of the fact that she punched a producer. She still went on
and stole a golf cart.
And stole a golf cart and damaged said golf cart. The only two that were really rejected and ejected due to racial comments are now, Taylor and Dee, who actually, from what I heard, is suing MTV for this.
She's not going to have a case.
You'd be surprised.
No, because she's a liability right now. She's known for leaking spoilers, and she does coke. That's a liability. That's not in the court of law. If you're on it's a reality TV show and you have things like that.
They obviously don't drug test because I'm pretty sure that
or pregnancy test either
that does coke in that entire group. So let's just be honest about who they have on this show and not really say that she does coke without anybody saying, because basically that's a rumor. She hasn't shown it to be that she's doing this. So it's alleged that she is doing coke.
So I have a question for you guys, just because you guys probably see better than I do. I know you guys are saying how they're focusing on right now just the female aspect instead of the males, but just because recently, I'm talking about within the last 3 years, has there been any males that can fit the criteria, or is it just like
Taylor's stuff happened in 2012?
Well, no, that's what I'm trying to say. As I was saying before, I think people grow over the span of years, so I'm not gonna. I don't think it's right to hold someone accountable for stuff like 5+ years ago. Especially,
then you're gonna say that Taylor can come back, is what you're saying.
Well, no, here's the thing though,
because
they made a storyline out of it. Then it's okay.
I didn't storyline. It matters because the fact that this is something that happened in 2012.
They keep resurfacing. If Taylor showed growth and show that she actually learned what she did was wrong. And I'm not just saying an apology, but like over her span of like of her just reality TV career, or even like off camera, she's like showing that she knows what's right and wrong. Then I think it's wrong to fire her because it was 8 years ago. Now, if it happened yesterday or a few days ago, like in Dee's case, then it's completely, for the time being, Dee deserves to get fired because it's now, not
All right.
8 years ago.
One of the things is when it comes to Taylor, from what I mean, of course, Dee had her apologies. Of course, Jordan apologized to Nia back then. In this case, it probably looks like Taylor has done the most amount of growth and has done the most amount of coming to terms of what she did and addressing it head on TV, which had to be a very uncomfortable moment. And MTV still dropped the axe. This also feels a little bit wrong. Taylor did address it. She did explain it. She has gone into detail multiple times. And she is still getting the axe for something MTV is well known. They knew well ahead of what was going on. They knew well ahead of these tweets. And it was a storyline. How does this sit with you guys? Fair or foul? Becky?
I mean, like I said, it's fair if they use it as a baseline where everybody who made these type of comments and did these kinds of situations, whether it happened last week or 10 or 12 years ago, need to be held accountable as well. Now, whether it's just racism, also sexism, also, the fact that it's just, there's so many things involved in this that it can't be a singular situation.
But all right, but the thing is, for you, Becky, in Taylor's situation, where she did address it, where she did apologize, where it was brought up as a storyline and addressed there on TV, is this fair of MTV to do?
Since it was addressed as a storyline and used as a storyline, and it seems, I don't know, it seems that she has grown. It seems that she treats people better now, that maybe Taylor should have been given the benefit of the doubt. Now, I don't want to speak too much as, yeah, I am a person of color, but I am not African American. I am not Black. I don't really know how this would affect someone like you, Malik. For me, I guess maybe I can say I'm a little bit more forgiving because she does seem to have tried to change and she's not doing it anymore. There are other people who are continuing to do things that are not getting in trouble.
I feel you in that. Don't get it twisted. I am totally okay with it, though. Let's go ahead and move it to the third. So, your boy's kind of popping today, I talked to Julian. Some of you guys know him as Cara Maria's T, the original Defender. And they wanted to know if they could use an account because they wanted to expose Jordan. I went back and definitely pulled up some old stuff from Jordan's Real World Portland days. And that is the fight with Nia, where the N-word was used and he made monkey sounds and he spit on a black female. All the other bullshit aside, the main thing is the monkey sounds, the spitting on the black female, and I also put up the altercation between him and Marlon that led to them being rivals where he was defending Nia against his racist actions. Antonio, is it time to cancel Jordan for tweets from 2013?
See, I think with Jordan's extent, I think it's a lot worse than Taylor's because he did a lot worse, I would say. I mean, I know I'm not, honestly, besides before today, I really only heard Taylor's maybe once or twice. Jordan, I've seen those videos way too many times. See, but with Jordan, what he did is 100% not right. Like, there's you can't, like, no one can make any excuse for him to justify his action because he's 100% wrong. But like, as I was saying with Taylor, if it happened so many years ago, and if he showed growth, he did. But with Jordan Jordan's like a washy person. You don't know if he's showing growth for himself or if he's showing it, to like save face. That's why his situation is different, because he has an attitude where he's like, I don't care what people think about me. I'm going to say what I want. So when he apologizes, or if he tries to do something to like justify or not, like, or to like move on from his actions in a positive way, it's hard to believe him. So it's hard with Jordan. I honestly, I'm not in the right position to speak on it for the most part. I mean, I'm a white kid. Like, I really like what like all honesty though. Like, it's hard for me to speak on it because like I don't truly like face that problem. You know what I'm trying to say? So like it's like I'm trying to see both sides of it, but like in my growing up, I only really saw one side of it, so it's hard to see. Like I don't want to say the wrong thing.
I get it, and only if D had
you're putting a real uncomfortable.
No, it's okay though.
Uncomfortable spot.
But only if D had your degree of self-aware. It's okay to say, I'm not sure what to say right now. I know.
No, honestly, I'm not.
But I'm not 100% sure on how to respond. Me, as a black man, if I don't feel that I know enough about a certain subject, I will refrain from responding. Hey, I'm not the right person to speak intelligently on this situation at this time. I defer to somebody who does. And hey, big ups for you, Antonio.
Yeah, I'm like sweating, I'm stuttering, I'm like,
No. Let's take it back.
He's like, I'm gonna trip, I'm gonna do something
like,
bad.
I'm like, it's like I'm not worried about saying the wrong thing because I know like
because your ass to get canceled so fucking fast.
No, but it's
let's pick up some of your old tweets.
No, I never said anything wrong. I never once in my life said anything.
You said plenty of shit wrong.
No.
You just never said anything racist. And
yeah, there's a difference.
Yes,
and kudos for you. All right.
Okay.
Becky, on to you. In your opinion, and I can't wait to hear this shit. In your opinion, is it time to cancel Jordan?
It's been time to cancel Jordan. Jordan is everything that is wrong with the challenge. Like, he is an ultimate toxic, masculine, white man who likes to just throw his privilege around. He demeans women. He demeans anybody else who he seems as below him. Let's just be honest. The way he treated Turbo was, whether or not he made any racist comments, the way he treated him like garbage. He treated him like he was below him.
Because he's from a third world country. Because
he couldn't speak English very well, and because he was from Turkey. So it's like, to me, sometimes actions speak so much louder than running around saying a racial slur. If you look at me like I'm lesser than you, just because of the color of my skin or but the way I respond or speak, it makes you so much worse to me. I can't have that. He literally makes me ill. Watching what he did to Naya, still to this day, I haven't watched the full season of Real World Portland. I've only seen pieces, and that just makes my blood boil. Like, if I was there, I probably would have gotten sent home because I would have punched him right in the face.
Season 28, episode 6 and episode 7. That's where it goes down. Now,
and he has no shame. That's the problem. He talked to his dad the next day, and his dad's like, oh, you can't say that. He's like, well, she said it to me.
And that's the episode where he dropped the N-word twice on the season.
Then he made monkey noises at her.
The him dropping the N-word was during and after on the next episode. So, when it comes to Jordan, my opinion, yeah, definitely cancel him. Definitely cancel him. And let me tell you why. Jordan has a huge chip on his shoulder. The chip on his shoulder is the reason why he doesn't owe anybody anything. He's had it hard himself. He doesn't have to give up anything to anybody. This is how much his own head is up his own ass. Jordan has displayed his problematic behavior and has seen no repercussions from it. I was surprised when he first even appeared on the challenge. My love from the challenge comes from my love of the real world. I've been watching the real world and from jump, like I remember always watching it. I remember watching it and not realizing the gravity of some of the situations because I was so young. These things happen. Jordan used the N-word. He made monkey sounds towards black women. It was disgusting. I remember seeing it and I remember hating it so much. And this is why my dislike for Jordan goes back so much because I never forgot it. Never forgot it from jump. Now, can people grow? Sure. Can people show maturity? Absolutely. I'm not seeing it though. Has he apologized at some point? Probably. I can't really remember the reunion or every single episode afterwards, but he probably did apologize to Nia. And him and Nia seem like they're on good terms. Kudos for you two motherfuckers. He still used language that was inappropriate. He still treated black women poorly, and he has continued to treat women poorly throughout his challenge career. Now, I am all open for Jordan. Jordan doesn't owe us anything. He doesn't owe us an explanation. He's on TV. He doesn't have to say a goddamn thing. But it would be very interesting to see where he stands or shit like this now. Sure, you got your little Black Lives Matter post. Sure, that's cool. All right. I'm not really buying it because I seen you on TV and I seen the way you acted and I seen the way you treated people. And I'm not buying it. Does he give a fuck what I think? Probably not. He has made it very clear he doesn't give a fuck what a whole lot of people think. Now here goes the ill shit. Taylor, who MTV was well aware of her tweets and all of this and used them on their TV show, got the axe. Why is Jordan not getting the same exact action taken against him? Fair or foul? Antonio.
So the question is what? If fair is Jordan should be canceled on the okay.
The question is Taylor's and Jordan's behavior has been similar, even though I would say Jordan.
I would say Jordan's worse.
Far worse. Why is he not getting the same treatment that Taylor has gotten?
I mean, like I said with Jordan, it's hard to tell whether he's being like sincere or not because of his personality. I just don't know what MTV is doing. I mean, I'm sure there's legal stuff they're going through at the time because, you know, there's, it's hard to like, because we're not in MTV's, no, like, I'm not worried about what I'm going to say. I'm like, if I'm in MTV's room right now, you have one of the faces of the show, like one of the number one high rated show, and you have one of their faces. I think it's a lot harder to make a call like that compared to someone who's like a C celebrity on another show. But when it comes to a situation like this, it should be a no-brainer that he should get the boot.
All right.
And I had to make sure I got that in there before you guys like attacked me. So I saw it coming. I was like, no, wait, let me just stop randomly and cut to the chase right now.
All right.
Cut to the chase.
And Becky, what the fuck is the deal with Taylor getting the punishment and Jordan in a very similar situation getting none?
I think the reason why they are not doing anything to Jordan is because they want to use his wedding. They want to still make money off of him.
Interesting.
They want to film his little wedding special with Tori, and they know if they cancel him, they're not going to be able to do that. Tori is still a popular face on that challenge, and they also know probably that if he goes, she's probably going to go too.
Airing his wedding? I didn't know that.
I don't know
if this
for
is
sure.
confirmed.
It's not confirmed.
Oh, okay. I thought it was when you said. I was like, oh, that was news to me.
No. It's not a confirmed thing.
Okay.
But the same way they got to CT to do CT's wedding, I would have no doubts that there's talks right now of them filming Tori and Jordan's wedding. I have no doubts in my mind that that's something that's happening if they did it with CT, especially since the engagement was live on TV, and with everything that Jordan and Tori, their story and all that shit that they went through, they're going to try and air it. They're going to try and use it. It's going to be a tale. It's going to be the power couple because of whatever reasons that they want to use it for. in my mindset, that's not enough. He needs to be gone. And if that means they lose Tori in the process, by all means, she can go too. Because he needs to be held responsible for his actions. And if she doesn't want to continue to play the game, then she doesn't have to. But I feel like he should have been gone. He should never have premiered. He should never have been on the show.
This is the problem that I have with that. The problem I have is the line is moving. Why is it okay for Taylor, who has shown more growth, who has shown that she has been more sorry, who has addressed it in a public forum? Why is it that she gets to act and Jordan doesn't? Where the fuck is the parody? Why is the line being moved? Why has MTV not addressed this? The fuck is the deal, MTV? We're starting to see a couple of changes that we like. We are still very far behind where we would like to be with a lot of things. So if you're going to step up, if you're going to do the right thing, if you're going to address racial inequality and stand with us, then do it all the way across the board. Stop protecting your faves. Stop playing favorites. Stop protecting the people who you want to protect and do the same thing across the board. Keep it fair. Because I'm not saying Dee and Taylor don't deserve what they have gotten, but other people are still skating by. If you're going to clean house, clean the whole fucking thing. Don't just clean the bathroom. Don't just clean one of the rooms. Clean the whole fucking house. And if that means some of your faves got to go, they got to go.
Oh, Malik, sorry.
You want to check your stuff?
Yeah, you're a little lagging and a little static.
I'm not lagging. You're lagging.
Okay. Fine.
We've been told.
Yeah,
We're just trying to help you out, man.
Well.
Anyway.
Anything else we should bring up before we dive into the episode, or?
I think we are ready to go and jump into the episode. I'm
Your
ready.
Audio cut out.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Or maybe I can't hear anymore.
I'm going to go ahead. It's time to jump into the episode. Why don't you guys go ahead and jump into the daily? That's where shit starts getting good. I'm going to go check some of these chords and stuff.
I mean, okay, so do you want us to just...
Go ahead, Becky. Take it away.
On the nose, isn't it?
Now I can hear you guys.
Welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Okay. So...
Don't know what happened, but it's all right.
Okay.
Talking about?
Basically the daily, where everybody was flying through the air with the greatest of ease, like Peter Pan, and trying.
It looked like fun. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I would have loved to just strap bombs to them flying, just pick up flags. Honestly, if it's a girls' day, I'm just enjoy the moment.
Well, the big thing I have to say,
feeling like this, relaxing.
This is the thing I have to say about this. It's a girls' day. This is specifically for girls. Why the heck did the boys get to be involved in the tribunal? I feel like the boys shouldn't have been a boy girl winner. It should have been.
Well, that's how it's been every week, though. Guys or girls, it's always been one and one or a team. That's how it's always been, though. It's always the best guy, the best girl, and they both got to pick another one. They just happened to pick bananas today. So I'm not really
I don't like that there was two guys in the tribunal and then one girl. That's kind of ridiculous.
Well, that was their choice, though. That's their choice. But honestly, though, if you're a girl, if you're Melissa in that situation, you don't want another girl in that tribunal.
And
think about it.
You do.
But why? Melissa doesn't have a red skull. Why would she want another female that does or doesn't have a red skull that might want to go in or help another friend out? If you're the only female in that tribunal, you control all the females. You have all the female power because you can technically dictate how the game works. Melissa was outnumbered in this tribunal. We'll get to that later. But let's just say if it was, because she basically said, I want Bailey to go in, given if D was the third option. Something different would have happened. But, Melissa had all the power this episode. In her head, at least.
I was going to say, she apparently did not have the power.
No, she just got fooled.
How do you
That's what it
guys
was.
feel? Well, how do you feel about the fact that they basically were telling everybody that we're like cheating, I guess? Helping each other out? What was that? Like, I've never seen where they were like, you guys were cheating.
That's the thing I didn't get.
Super interesting. People have been skating by and doing little cheating shit all through the season. Why is it fair that TJ cracks down on people cheating now before even saying anything during the episode? Do you guys feel like that was fair or foul?
Well, the interesting thing is he did say at the beginning, I want to see how you guys play as individuals. So he did very much specify, I want to see who's going to win as an individual.
Was that a voiceover, though, or was that him speaking? Because if it was a voiceover. Because if it's a voiceover, they could have inserted that in after to make it seem like, oh, it's individual. Told you.
Well, it looked like I saw the camera on his face. It didn't sound like a voiceover to me.
I don't remember off the top of my head. That's why I'm asking.
I mean, it didn't sound like one to me. I mean, people can correct me if it wasn't on his face when he said it. But I feel like when I was watching the episode, it was on his face when he's like, I want to see you guys perform as individuals. Maybe that was just a subtle hint at everybody. And the thing is that everybody's been helping everybody this season. And maybe just he's sick of it, especially like with that light challenge that everybody was trying to help each other. And then like, it's interesting that it was very specific that it's kind of just like, okay, we're sick of it. No more cheating.
I just don't get why the guys cheated. They had nothing to win or lose. I mean, I guess you win, help the tribunal out, but like realistically, they should just relax, let the girls fight it out. But it was not like it was like last week where you get Burger King. This week it was like, it's regular challenge. So why go out of your way to like cheat or help each other out when it's not really needed? I mean, maybe
they thought they'd get another 5Gs. They're like, we gotta win.
If TJ just dropped that randomly on them, then they're shit out of luck.
All right. So because half of the cast got bounced out, Josh gets to win. And here goes another thing that pissed me off. Because we were supposed to see Josh do a whole lot of crying this episode. And we were deprived of our fucking crybaby.
You were so excited last week.
I was so excited.
You were so excited.
So excited. This is some bullshit. I'm very sad. I expect to see... He has to cry every week for me. That's just butters my biscuit. But Josh gets the win. Queen Melissa gets the win. And it's funny because I didn't know exactly how this is going to play out, but I already know. I was just like, they're going to pull in bananas because Melissa allegedly had a thing with him. And like either Melissa slept with him and Josh wants to sleep with him. I don't know what's going on, but I just knew bananas was going to be the third person being pulled into it. If it wasn't bananas, who else was it going to be? Antonio.
I just want to say this real quick. Melissa should have been disqualified.
Why?
Melissa should have been disqualified. She has 4 arms.
Stop it. Stop it. Come on, fam.
The fetus cannot.
Stop it, 5. Like, come on. That's a bad fetus joke. Like, that's the worst fetus joke I heard this side of Anthony Jeselnik. Fuck out of here. Becky.
He's so fucked up.
She's not a kangaroo. Come on now.
Yeah, exactly. Not like the baby hanging halfway out the twat. Like, come on. Stop it.
No, but you are right, though.
I apologize for using the T word. My bad.
Is
that a bad word?
What would you say?
Twat?
No, I think that's fine.
I don't know.
Listen. People are getting canceled left and right. We're not taking no chances on Lwcpodcast right now. We're going to play this shit down the middle.
Well,
don't say see you next Tuesday. Don't not say that one.
Well, that's a great song. Big shout out to my boy Mikey B.
Okay, well, back to what you were saying before. I do think bananas was probably a clear choice because it's probably Josh's best friend in the house, and like I said before, I don't think it would have been smart for Melissa to pick another female. So bananas, he won the last elimination. Oh, okay, we'll reward you with the tribunal. Easy whack.
I honestly would have pulled another female with a red skull in, like Jenny, who might have been a good choice for this situation because it also put her into a position of power, which she would have, of course, liked to be able to do it happened at the end of the day. I'm sure she would have been happy to be the one saying the name that was said. Uh, I mean, I think that honestly, I think I want more girls to be in these tribunals because it's just, especially on the girls' days. I just don't think it's fair for guys to be able to decide a girl's fate.
But like 80% of the girls were caught cheating, so.
And it's their choice too. It's not like MTV saying you have to pick two guys and one girl. It's they're choosing. It's Josh and Melissa. They talked about it. They decided. So at the end of the day, it's not MTV's fault. It's not the producers. It's not TJ's fault. It's Josh and Melissa. That's their choice. And every week, it's the top two. They pick who they want.
All right. So at this point, Maddie has made it clear that she wants in over everybody else, over everything. She made it clear and went to everybody. But Melissa is also the other person who's been saying they want in, and she's in the tribunal. After the end of the daily, she goes in, she tells Kyle, like, yo, y'all vote for, Maddie, you guys are putting, a death sentence on me. Did you think it was fair for Melissa to campaign in that kind of way? Like, she's in a position of power. If somebody is standing in your way, you're in a position to get them the fuck out. If Maddie is in your way, bring in Jenny to get him knocked out. Do you think that Melissa played this up right? She was in a tribunal, but she wasn't playing it from a position of power. How did this sit with you guys? Becky?
I mean, I think that she was doing what she had to do because she wanted to go in, and she openly stated that she wanted to go in. So I think she would have preferred a different girl be the house vote. Now, I don't know who she would have chosen, whether it would have been like Nani.
I think Bailey's
or
name was floated later on in
Bailey.
nominations.
Yeah, I was going to say Bailey, Nani. Who are the only other girls? Bailey, Nani, Maddie, and
Who gives
her
a
are the
fuck?
only
That's the
four
answer.
without red skulls. So if she doesn't want to go against someone who has a red skull, I mean, I can understand wanting to go against someone like Bailey, who's probably more her size. Even Nani, who is kind of within that range. But Maddie's huge, man. I'd be scared to go against her. She's athletic. I wouldn't want to see her at the end of a hall brawl. I really wouldn't.
All right, Antonio with the bad lighting.
What?
Your
Damn,
lighting
okay.
shit.
All right, sorry. But this situation reminds me a lot of another situation we had last week when, someone who was in the tribunal wanted to go into elimination. The other person nominated themselves, and the person in the tribunal got mad. Like Johnny and the West last week, right?
Oh, God. That train's never late, is it?
Oh, God.
Let's go ahead and move into nominations.
I'm just
Now,
saying.
okay. The fucked up thing about nominations this season.
Fuck you.
Sorry, you're like breaking up, so whatever. The funny thing about nominations this season is it's not played like anybody else. And we've seen some of the best nominations go down, but lately these nominations have been boring as shit. Somebody steps up, says, hey, I want to go in. Everybody cool with that? Everybody's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And they just go right in. Nominations used to be a very special place, and it was a very good place where you can get the entire house involved in drama. You put everybody in the same room, and they can have it out. There has been legendary moves made and paid in these nominations, and because of the Red Skull twist, it's kind of taking that away. Do you guys feel like our nomination drama, some of the best drama, because it's not, oh, who are you sleeping with? What did you say? Oh, you said some slick shit on Twitter. This is straight up in-house, everybody's fighting to survive drama. The shit that we love. Do you guys feel like it is being taken away from us by the format of this season? Antonio.
Themselves are dropping the ball on this
you're
one.
there.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, I think the cast themselves drop. What?
No, go on. I got you.
No, you don't. But okay.
No, you good. Keep going.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, the cast itself are dropping the ball. I think into producers, people we find we get in. No,
Oh yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
Becky.
You may want to
Yeah.
closer to your router, Antonio, because you are.
Yeah, it's right next to me.
I don't know what to tell you, but anyway, did this take away from it? Yes and no. I mean, in the beginning, it was great. It was electric. You know, everybody was still in the normal, how could you say my name phase in the beginning of this whole situation. And
It's
it
like
didn't.
once Jay went home, shit just dried the fuck up.
Yeah, it really did, honestly. And I think now it's just, I think since you have to go in, now people are realizing, shit, I fucked up. I should have been volunteered myself to go into this elimination. Honestly, I expected to see more people fighting to get in. Like, I expected Nani to be more like, no, you can't go in. I want to go in.
Exactly,
Like,
because if Nani makes a fuss, she might have the pull to get the votes over somebody like a Maddie.
exactly. Like, she has more friends in the house, I think, at the end of the day. I mean, I'm looking around going, you guys are just waiting to get put into the 3 and then, you know, getting put in maybe? Like, I don't, honestly, I would have been the one that says, I need to go in right now. I'd rather have a red skull than go home. So I would have been fighting to be in there before it got down to the wire, where now they're like, oh my God, will TJ send me home because I don't have a red skull? Well, you should have thought of that 4 or 5 weeks ago when you were
Facts.
trying to hide.
So, after a boring ass, a super boring nomination, we go ahead and segue into a boring ass club night where nothing was really discussed except for Melissa wants first vote and might put in Bailey. Just boring. Now, one thing that I noticed about this long stretch of boring shit, pretty much everything from the end of the daily to the elimination, is we're missing something. Something seems a little bit off. Something's missing.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
think so?
everything involving D.
Right?
Now,
This whole episode went by way too fast too.
it was only an hour, which feels really, really dry for us. But now that D is gone, it seems like the episode has been re-edited to make D less prominent, cutting out a lot of her storylines, cutting out all of her confessionals. Now, we all agree, D's canceled, she fucks up, she's gone, we're going to move on. The challenge made a decision to air the season in its entirety out of respect to the other challengers, which was a little scary as fuck that they was considering chopping the whole season.
It's too late in the season to do that.
And at this point, is it okay to trim down the season and cut out major storylines that's going to make sense for us by cutting out D? At this point, after they're already done what they've done, is it necessary to trim D out this much? Antonio.
See, the thing with D, her storylines don't matter. She's canceled. She's done. She's gone for good. So why pay more attention to a storyline that's not going to develop? Why? Because today's episode.
In the season.
Well, we had a D and Bailey fight today that was never seen. But why focus on that when you can focus on a different Bailey relationship or a different storyline throughout the season? Honestly, I think what happened was this happened like yesterday, where they didn't have enough time to like actually edit in a new storyline. They had to cut bits. That's why it was an hour. I'm sure next week in the future episodes, we'll still get the hour and a half time frame, but whatever D's doing, they'll just replace it with a different storyline because that is going to show true development. D has no character after the season.
But we don't really know that. And it's making some of the events of this season not really fully fleshed out. Becky, what do you think?
That's what I was going to say is her storylines are not the only ones that are getting taken out. The storylines that involve these other people are also getting taken out. For all we know, the reason why we didn't see Josh crying this episode was because something with D was involved.
And that's fucking bullshit because I need to see him cry. He has to cry once a week for me to get some goddamn sleep.
I have bad news for you.
What?
It's like spoiler worthy. So after we're done recording,
Listen. I don't know if you noticed this, but we're Love War Challenges, and we don't give a fuck.
well, because it involves the next season of Big Brother and it being
This
All-Stars.
isn't a Big Brother podcast.
I was
Well,
gonna say, why
okay,
are you talking
Listen.
about Big Brother?
We are blocked by Marie Rhoda, so we get to do whatever we want.
Well, by saying that, you might be upset next season because your favorite cast member might not be on because he might have gotten a call from CBS to be on the next season of Big Brother.
What the fuck are
Bye.
you talking about?
Bye.
Big Brother 22, which is airing this summer, is an all-star season, supposedly.
So he might be on All Stars. Is
Oh,
what Antonio
yeah.
is trying to say.
First off, that's a great move for Josh, since Big Brother is the only one that's going to pay him the big bucks. It's way better than the $4,500 a week that he gets for the challenge, where he never wins anything. Good for him. I hope he thrives and he survives, and I hope he stays the fuck over there on CBS.
Yes. Bye, Josh.
Listen,
Even though there are some Josh fans out there, I appreciate you
there's
guys.
4. There are 4 Josh fans in the whole world. His mom, his dad, his sister, and there's one person on Twitter. Stop myself. Yes.
You're gonna have
Josh.
Kaylee after us so bad.
Who?
Kaylee.
I don't know who that is.
That's her name.
That's Josh's stan on Twitter.
She's cool. I just like giving her shit. But Josh,
We love
Josh, he seems like a pretty decent guy. You know what? No. I'm happy.
You can't even lie. That's the crazy part.
I hope he does really well. I hope he wins. I hope he wins all of Big Brother, and his, and he has to stay away for 2 more years, because he brings absolutely nothing to the challenge. Josh brings nothing to. He didn't even bring the
That's
fucking.
not true.
Pam,
He
I
brings
see
tears.
you. He didn't even
brings
bring the
tears.
pots and pans. If
He
Josh
brings
would have
tears.
came through on the first episode of the challenge, swinging pots and pans, it would have been fine. And
He brings tears to the challenge, though.
man,
He stole that from Bad Girls Club.
I don't
He
give a
stole
fuck who
that
he stole it
from
from.
Tanisha.
Go
and
back
the
to
Bad
Big
Girls
Brother
Club.
where you belong. Go. Yeah, just go over there. Let's go ahead and move on to the Tribunal. So the Tribunal is going to be Josh, Melissa, and Bananas. Now, Melissa wants first pick, but if not, she wants to call in Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
So, the 3 girls that were chosen to go into elimination is going to be Bailey, Nani, and Dee. Out of the interrogations for everybody in the Tribunal, who do you feel like played it the best? Becky.
I mean, I like the way Bailey played it. She kind of was just very, I'm ready for it. If you guys want to throw me in and just do with it. If it's my time, it's my time. So I was actually really happy with the way she decided to go about what she wanted to do. She made herself obvious, and also she made herself prepared to mentally be put into this situation. Nani was just there, like she just existed. And Dee just looked like a psycho the entire time. Like, I was a little bit scared. Like, it looked like she was gonna, jump over the table and start punching people. I was like, oh my God. Like, you can tell she's breaking, and that whole bunker is completely destroying her entire psyche.
And Antonio?
Yeah, I agree with Becky. I think Bailey handled it perfectly. She said what needed to be said. She did what she had to do. I mean, she didn't make any enemies in that tribunal, I feel like. She said, if I had to go in, it's my time, and that's it. Nani was like, I mean, if I guess, if you want to throw me in, I'll go in, but, not against Maddie. And then Dee, I mean, if there were someone to have a rough week, it's Dee. Like,
I mean, yeah.
But the thing is,
it's not like black people had a rough week or anything like that. It's Dee. Good call out.
There it is. You got me this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me.
You walked right into that one. I
meant, but you know what?
I gotta stop bringing
I'm
this
just gonna
drink
keep
up.
my mouth shut for the rest of this episode
Smart
and
man.
not talk.
Smart
because
man.
I'm gonna do what Dee did. I'm gonna just keep digging myself a grave. I don't want to, so
just lay in that messy bed right there that you just laid out for yourself.
For the tribunal, I do think Bailey played it best. She's just like, well, I'm down to go in. I'm ready to go. Played it very classy. But Dee kind of played it the best. I'm mad. Fuck you. I dare you to say my name. Whatever. Stoneface, whatever. However y'all feel. That part of the attitude I like. I won last year. What the fuck you gonna tell me? I won last year. I'm running this shit. Everybody was feeling that shit. And this is where we gotta check ourselves as challenge fans and people on Twitter and social media. Don't get me wrong, Dee put their own battery in the back, but we supported it. She played the villain and we rode with it. Dee was that shy girl, couldn't swim, tried really hard. We was all rooting for her. Then she became the bad guy. And she took that character. And don't get me wrong. As much as I hate Jordan or I like this person, I, for the most part, just assume that most people out of the challenge are just regular ass people who know how to play it up for TV. I always assume that everybody on TV is a exaggerated version of themselves. Everybody on TV is themselves times, 200. And I get that, and that's okay. But Dee just took it too far. But here, in the moment, in the now, when the episode was filmed, this is Dee still playing that role, and that role is captivating. That role is good to see. That role is the mouse turning into a fucking monster. And I always love to see that. Hey, I wasn't shit 2 years ago. Look at me now with the championship around my belt. The fuck is the deal? What you gonna tell me? I'm not afraid to go into elimination. So it's whatever. And that part, I can enjoy. In the moment. The bad thing about shit like that is when you bring in the whole, everything that's been happening over the past couple of days, it feels fucking yucky. And I think that's one of the main reasons of why the challenge cut the episode up so much. Because who wants to see these redeeming qualities from somebody who's canceled at the moment? It sucks. It fucking sucks. I hate the fact that this shit has infiltrated our show. It's not just my show. It's not just Johnny Banana's show. It is our fucking show that we love and we got to protect. And Lord knows, if you've ever been on Twitter, you can see that we are not perfect at all. We fight about scandalous things that people get personal, but I hate the fact that this shit has infiltrated our show to such a high degree. And the only thing I really hope is that we get fucking rid of it as soon as humanly possible. And I don't care if that means your fave got to go. We don't have to worry about that about Cara Maria, though. She ain't problematic at all.
Well, the worst she ever said was talking about someone's engagement. So
that wasn't cool.
It wasn't cool.
But at the same
time, it wasn't racist. Details,
it wasn't racist.
Details.
These are the hurdles we gotta go to. What, did she say anything about black people? No? Cool.
But keep also think of it this way. Listen, I'm gonna say this out loud. Jordan deserved a portion of that. He called her a man. He said that she looked like a man. So her dislike for him stems from how he treated her. So sheer fact is, consequences have, actions have consequences. So he decided to be a jerk off to her. So she's a jerk off back. Mind you, she didn't do it in a bad way. She didn't call him out his name. She didn't talk about his anything other than, she's going to be paying for this ring because he's going to throw the challenge.
Worse things had been said by worse people. But let's go ahead and move on. So after this tribunal, Melissa goes to Johnny and Bananas. She goes to Bananas and Crybaby, and just like, hey, no matter what, putting in Dee kind of fucks me up because Dee's still on my team. So like, no matter what, either I get the first choice or it's Bailey, and Josh and Bananas agree to that. not knowing that they're working a whole different angle. That seems like some real shady shit, because once again, we are not seeing the benefit of what's going on with Dee and that storyline of what's pushing them so hard to get her out. I mean, if Nani's your main homegirl, you should be putting her in the best position to prop her up for whatever, but not having that side of the story is kind of fucked up. But now it's time to move on to Purgatory. Challenges arrived. You got 2 coffins. It's looking like real fucked up. So Melissa, like off top, is just like, yeah, I'm not going into this one, which I think was a excellent move. During the vote, Bananas and Josh blindside Dee. Even better, Bananas goes and asks Rogan, is it okay to blindside Dee? Now, once again, because of Dee's storyline being cut, we don't know what went on between them before that, but whatever. It was a nice, shocking moment. Are Bananas and Josh pieces of shit for pulling this move in the tribunal that Melissa won the daily for? And she's getting this power taken away from her and not getting who she wanted out. Did Bananas and Josh go too far? Antonio.
Just real quick, I do think if Melissa was going to volunteer, this was it for her, because this is more of a size thing, I feel like. But in hindsight, Bananas and Josh, they did the Lord's work. This week was the week for Dee to, potentially go home. They tried, and we saw what happened. But, you can't be mad at them. They're playing the game. Rogan, on the other hand, God bless his soul. Oh man, like
soul and shit over here.
the way the editors set it up, where it's his face giving the facial reaction before the commercial break, and then just him just saying yes, and then his answer to TJ was yeah, he asked for my blessing, and I said yeah, that's it, bro. What else do you want to hear from me? And I don't know, it was nice to see it happen.
You like that shit? I see it.
Oh, right. Jesus Christ! Back to shutting up.
And Becky, I mean, did they overstep their bounds? Melissa won the daily. It is a girls' elimination, and it's being taken away from these misogynistic pigs. You
trying to rile me up, I see.
Trying to put the battery in your back. Let's get it in.
I'm trying to put a coin in me so I can get all hyped up. Okay, so I think it is, honestly, I knew it was going to happen because Dee's been really pissing people off. We've been seeing it over and over again where people are saying that she's untrustworthy and, she's been doing this nasty shit. And, Rogan has told everybody, and if not Rogan hasn't, Jenny has, that she's been talking about backstabbing Jenny. So she kind of had it coming. It was her own fault for playing the game that she was playing. You play dirty and shit happens. Maybe it's your own karma coming back to bite you right in the ass. I feel bad for Melissa because she feels betrayed because these guys went behind her back and didn't tell her what they were doing. Now I know why they didn't, but she's pissed. And I would not want to see her angry because remember her from her first season. She didn't give a fuck. She would go after anybody. She's just one of those small but vicious women in this world.
Also pregnant. The hormones.
Thank you. I don't know why you feel like you got to keep mentioning that. I
don't know. Why do I keep talking?
Yeah.
Why? Stop talking about the unborn child that nobody knows about yet.
Word.
Jesus Christ.
This whole thing left a really, really nasty taste in my mouth. 1, Melissa won the daily. But she has trust in Josh mainly because he's a little bitch. And she got trust in Bananas because of, I don't know if it was for the gram or whatever went down between them, but they obviously are very, very cool. and she put her trust in you to further her game. Because P game, when you guys needed a vote, she was there for you. When you guys needed a hand, she was there for you. Every time you guys need a vote, you can count on her. And when she needed to count on you on a girl's day and a daily that she won, y'all said, fuck whatever you're going through. We're going to do what's best for who? I mean, is Bananas really worried about D coming for her? Is Josh really worried about D coming from him? This was the time to toss her a bone. She's on your team for the most part, and you guys screwed her over. Josh loves to talk about how, Paulie screwed him over, or this person screwed him over, or hunting for him, and here you are doing something fucked up. This speaks to Josh as a challenger and his competitiveness, that he cannot be trusted, that he's a piece of shit. For Bananas, we been new. This ain't nothing new.
Hey.
This is not
Come
a
on,
shocker.
come on. Bananas doing some grimy shit. Who's surprised?
What?
On the cover of No Shit News, Bananas does something fucked up on a girl's elimination day.
Well, it's not really fucked up, though. Like, for Bananas' part, no, because we saw the tribunal with D. D literally said, Melissa, okay, you're outnumbered. Bananas, okay, we have beef, I understand it. She was mad at Josh, because Josh wasn't making a decision for himself, in her eyes. So if anyone was being shady in this tribunal, it would be Josh, because both Melissa and Bananas, they had their mind set already. No, it's like with anything. You can't change their minds.
And
so
that's even worse.
Josh
was in a position to be trusted, and he betrayed that.
He was
suck up
loyal
to
to Bananas, Jenny,
So
Rogaine,
you're saying it's Bananas' fault?
No, I'm just saying Josh. Josh was in between two alliances. He was in an alliance with Bananas.
Do you see how fast a banana stand would dump all blame on Josh if they can? I mean,
I'm not blaming
like
Josh.
father, like
It's not,
son.
but how can it be Bananas' fault though? Literally in the tribunal, we saw D say, "Okay, I understand why
Because
you
he
voted."
started
Melissa
it.
approached Bananas, said this is the game plan. She won. This is to benefit her game. She has always looked out for Bananas and Josh when her number has been called. And when it was time for her to get a hand, they said, fuck you. We're going to play this game how we want.
That is, and earlier this season, if you remember, when everyone was talking about voting Bananas in, Melissa was going to do it. The only reason why Melissa did not vote Bananas in is because Corey did it. And because her vote wouldn't matter, so she burned it on Jay. Melissa was for voting Bananas in early in this game. So to say they were together, they won.
But Bananas didn't know that.
Exactly. She's been holding
it. Was well known.
It was fucked up.
It wasn't known.
It was fucked up.
They weren't working
she
together.
She should have been backed up. All right, children. Time to move on. Let's go ahead and move on to this elimination.
And don't call me a child.
D's voted in.
Melissa's being shady.
D gets voted in to elimination. Rogan.
Wow.
Rogan. Okay's D being voted in. Now D is voting to this elimination against Maddie. In a elimination called, hold up, Tunnel Vision. I wrote it down. Tunnel Vision. There's two coffins, or pretty much two plexiglass little tubes, square tubes. The challengers got to dig their way through, and whoever digs faster wins. Now, I am a big fan of simple eliminations because simple eliminations tend to be the best and some of the most violent. Pole wrestle. Here goes a stick. Take it from him. Or hall brawl. Hey, here goes a hallway. Make it to the other side. So I'm a very big fan of simplistic shit. Balls in. Here goes a ball. Go put in that hoop. So you would think something as simplistic as this would be really, really great. And Chrissy pointed out, Banana talk about D killed me. She's a rat in more ways than one. I mean, don't get me wrong. People get on Bananas all the time for reusing the same jokes or not being as funny as he was when Kenny was around. But he definitely hit a zinger with that one. Definitely one of my favorite moments because,
Pot, meat, kettle.
Yes. So, this elimination, I don't know. For me personally, it seemed a little lackluster. Now, I may be a little bit of pessimistic, but let's hopefully you guys are not. Let's hear you guys say something nice about today's elimination between Maddie and Dee. Becky, you seem to be well lit and very positive today. Why don't you kick it off for us?
Well lit with my really great ring light.
Yep.
Now, I found it boring. I'll be honest. Watching it was just not very interesting. I was looking at Maddie going, "You got that wingspan. How can you not use that
Run
more?"
through that shit, ma.
Like, Dee's bigger than her size wise to get through that hall. You know, Maddie's tall, but she's quite thin. I honestly expected more from her, basically because she just didn't use her size properly. Maybe because she was getting claustrophobia at the time, and I don't know. But watching it was like, God, Maddie, really? Like, you can't do this? And I don't know what happened midway through that Dee looked like maybe she like inhaled dirt and almost died. I don't know, because she just,
Oh yeah, facts.
like, her feet were just like
Yo, this elimination was so fucking boring. Dee was just like, you know what? I'm gonna take a quick nap.
She really did. She's like, hold on, I'm really tired from moving all this dirt. Let me just take a 5-second cat nap. But yeah, no. Honestly, the funniest part was watching everybody's face when Dee was winning. All of their faces were like, we are so screwed. We are so screwed. Like, Rogan's face was hilarious. He's like, I gotta go home and hide all of the knives.
Word. Antonio, say something nice about today's elimination.
Can he?
Give me a second.
You make for excellent TV.
The nice thing about today's elimination is that it ended tonight's episode.
Wasn't a big fan of how things played out, huh?
I think the whole process itself was just a mess. I mean, I love Dee got sent in. I love that whole thing, but this is Melissa's one to win. I think this game benefited the smaller people because you're digging a smaller hole. I mean, honestly, anyone could dig in this house.
Unless you're Dee, where you're digging a bigger hole.
But I mean, this is Melissa's to win. She's more easily one of the smallest humans in the house, so she honestly could have just like slid through the whole entire thing.
I gotta say also, what I'm actually kind of liking this season is that they're not repeating eliminations. There has not been
I mean, balls in.
Well, they haven't.
Russell.
No, I meant like these eliminations. They've done one balls in. Competition, the drywall. There hasn't been a point where we've seen something come back up, and I think that's why people are hesitating. Is because people in the tribunal, they're like, I don't know what this is. Versus if they see a balls in and they're like, oh hell yeah, I know how to play that. Versus
waiting for a good old fashioned puzzle. We haven't seen that one yet.
Nobody wants a puzzle. I'm
just saying, if you're one of them in the house right now, they're like, all right, when the fuck are we getting a puzzle? We haven't seen one yet this season.
Yeah, there has been. Technically, Ashley's was a puzzle.
I'm not tripping about not having to see a puzzle.
I'm saying them in the house. They're like, because someone like Nani right now, she's waiting for a puzzle. She's not waiting for anything physical with the rest of the females in the house, unless she's going against Melissa. Josh, I mean, I don't know. Josh is like a sack of potatoes.
Out. I don't know if Nani would be able to beat Melissa in a physical.
That's what I'm saying. Nani's hoping for a puzzle. Nani's hoping for a puzzle. I'm saying she's. What other guys are left?
Bananas, Josh, Fessy, Corey.
That don't have a red skull.
Corey.
Swaggy, perfect example. Swaggy wants a puzzle. He doesn't want anything physical against the remaining guys. Josh is almost twice his size.
Oh, you're bugging. Swaggy will go in there and fuck something up.
If it was something where size matters. If something where size.
That's what she said.
Yeah. All right. So.
Sorry.
Dee gets blindsided. She's voted in, and she fucking wins. On the week that she is canceled, she goes into elimination and comes up with a W. There's
I
not
knew the
even
spoilers were
Not even a confessional.
So
there's not even a
awkward.
winner's confessional.
Oh
How
God,
wrong does all of this feel?
it's so wrong, but so good at the same time. Honestly,
So wrong.
her having no camera time is great TV because you can look back at it and like
It's so weird.
joke
though.
and talk about it and joke around in a way. I feel like at the same
Like,
time.
I'll be honest, that entire elimination seems so freaking weird without
This whole
any
episode
like.
seemed weird.
They
It
should have
was.
had.
This whole episode just seemed
It seemed off. Because
But
like usually with an episode you have a good flow to it. This one was
This
like, all
one
right,
did not have a good
challenge.
flow.
Drama, I guess.
Yeah.
Nominations. It was so fast. It's like
You could
it's already 8:30. We're doing nominations.
But
I'm
check
like,
this out.
what?
But check this out. This is why I am so okay with what happened with D. Because now, with all of the crazy shit going on in the world, with all of the nastiness, it has infected our fucking show. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of problematic shit going on in our show. And now our show is on the forefront, and MTV has to make hard decisions because of it. And
You can tell that
Yeah.
they did not have a lot of time to edit this
Exactly.
It happened yesterday.
it's fucking with our shit. And don't get me wrong, the whole Black Lives Movement and everything that's going on in our country is very, very important and needs to be addressed. And don't get me wrong, I would love the fact to have reality TV be a kind of escape from all the doom and the gloom that we're seeing. And we can't, and it can't be avoided. So I'm thankful for the fact that it can't be avoided on this forum, but I still resent the fact that my show, our show, the flagship show on MTV is being fucked with because some people don't know how to shut the fuck up or how to be appropriate. Because you know what? D could have stopped one or two tweets in and just said, you know what? This isn't the right way to go. I'm not going to comment at this point. I apologize for anything. It's not right. And shut the fuck up, and something could have been salvaged. Do I think that like D is against the plight of African Americans? Probably fucking not. But now's not the time to be witty. Now's not the time to make fucking jokes. Shut the fuck up, Ma.
What really bothered me about D is that she blamed it on being high. So are we
Come
excusing
on.
Camilla for being drunk? No. They
Come
said what they
on.
said. Like it's unexcusable.
Lies. People use being drunk all the time.
I'm saying.
Exactly,
If-
but D is also
so-
from Australia. So, don't get me wrong, is it racism all over the world? Yes, but she may not fully understand the ramifications of what it is in America. But, I mean, like I said, if she flat out believed that African Americans are not worth as much as other people, probably not. This is probably the case. But does she give a fuck about what African Americans have to deal with on a daily basis in this country? Probably not.
She
Probably can't understand it. Probably doesn't understand it. But guess what? Shit has been going on for a long time. If you're if you are uneducated about the difficulties African Americans face in this country since this country was formed, not being educated or ignorant to that fact, it's on you. I'm not educating nobody anymore. I'm not explaining shit no more. It's on you. Learn to read the fucking room and do better. Do better. Now, that's going to wrap it up for episode 11, season 35, The Challenge, Total Madness. Usually this is why I say one hell of an episode, but it's just a hell of an episode.
Yeah.
Right?
Honestly, this is like one of the weirdest episodes. I mean, I'm like weird, but like it's one of those episodes where we had a great discussion, and then like we got to the episode, it was like the episode just like killed the vibe. I feel like it's like
I think MTV did the best with what they could
Yeah.
work with. You know?
Yeah.
And
it's just hard to
It's hard. It's hard times. But let me tell you something that I've become really, really happy with everything going on in the world. And that's the fact that some people are going to have to feel uncomfortable before some real changes are made. And let me tell you something, it's not easing up. Expect more. And you should, and it should be welcome. Now, before we jet up out of here, I want to open up the floor to all of you people in the chats on YouTube and Facebook. We get to see everything. I haven't been able to respond. Chrissy says, Malik, you need to get Antonio and Becky in our Facebook groups. And that definitely needs to happen. I will send you an invite. But I want to open up the floor to the people in the chat. Do you guys have any questions? Anything you want to say? We are open. We're going to give you guys 2 minutes to jump into that. Go ahead and send your questions and all that other good shit. Also, Facebook group, Challenge, Unbothered. That's where I'm at 24/7. I'm still in all the other ones. Still got a lot of love for them, but this is what I'm calling home for right now.
I don't use Facebook, but
you don't use Facebook? You want me to go through
I
Facebook and put up the pictures?
No, stop. No, I gotta go through my Facebook. Stop, because like, I have those photos.
Oh, before we get out of here,
no.
Let me say one thing. Free Julian. I'm going to raise hell until Julian is free from the bonds that's been put on him from Twitter, the suspension. That is some bullshit. Free Julian.
Honestly, I thought you were going to say something else about my Facebook photos.
Oh, so somebody said, Adrian RMZ says, Antonio is the bananas kiss ass on Twitter. Yes, that's him.
You've been recognized.
Him. This motherfucker right here. That's that dude.
I didn't do anything.
Pam says, we love that you are with us. Happy to be here. Nothing but love. Big shout out too to the Nikki Sin. She just did a piece with Logan from the Hedrick Files. Logan is good shit. Nikki is good shit. Love them both. Happy to have them. Always putting up more challenge content. And anybody who takes time out of their day, out of work, and anything to add more content to the challenge community, I love. Even though, and I'm not going to name names, even though some of you are fucking assholes. But
hey, just at me next time, all right? Just say my name. It's okay. I
Wasn't
understand
even about you.
Not everything's about you.
All right, Antonio, are you glad that you didn't drop a real cigarette in your lap from Chrissy? First off, Antonio, why don't you smoke cigarettes like an adult?
So, I don't smoke cigarettes. I smoke cigars. I'm Italian, man. Come on.
I do like my occasional
That's a
cigar.
baked cigar?
If I'm barbecuing, the cigar is good to go.
Well, I smoked like maybe 3 cigars yesterday, a few the night before.
Adrian did say respect for showing your face. There's a lot of people on Twitter and other forms of social media who don't want to show their face.
See, right, as a kid,
real quick before you jump into that, any more questions? We'll wrap it up. We got 3 or 4 more questions before we out.
I was going to answer that.
No, go ahead, Antonio. Continue.
See, the funny part is, as a kid, I was camera shy. Now I'm embracing the camera, and I love it. I mean, I love the camera, so I'm going to show my face and
the fucking face of yours.
Wow.
I always showed my face, so I was never ashamed.
See, like I feel like showing my face makes me more of a better person, I guess. I don't know. No, because like I like being like known. Like I hate like going places and like introducing myself. Oh, hey, look, I'm this guy from Twitter. Like no, but oh no. See, you know me. There we go.
No, I 100% feel you. I tried the stand thing a couple of years back, and it just wasn't for me. I say what I say, and I mean what I mean. And sometimes to disastrous results. We all remember that incident, a year and change ago with that, one thing. And I still haven't gotten an apology. I still haven't got. Would you say, Becky?
It still comes up too.
It still comes up, and I haven't had no apologies because everybody had a whole bunch of shit to say till they seen a line in a "Make America Great Again" Trump hat and talking shit about Mexicans crossing the border.
That thing.
Exactly that thing. Still waiting for my apologies, but whatever. It's in the past. Growth and change. I believe that my behavior has changed for the better. I said I wouldn't do anything like that again. I apologize, and we can all move forward.
Hey, and you haven't, told anybody to suck your whole dick in a while.
You're right. I haven't told anybody that.
All right, Malik, just say it.
Mainly because this is on YouTube, and my 6 daughters have YouTube. So me telling people that
You're a family man. That's what it is.
Well, I'm somebody's dad now. So, all
Just
right,
a
guys.
few.
Monet says, shout out to Becky for holding it down for the females.
Yay. Hi, Monet.
Okay, Monet. Becky says hi. Monet is literally like 10 feet behind me in a whole nother
I was
room.
going to say, I'm pretty sure she's there.
Gabe says, we love growth. That is going to close us out for today. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We have so many comments. I'm looking at it right now. We have so many people actually watching right now. I think this may be an all-time best. Just want to let you guys know, make sure you visit thechallengegear.com. Get all of your challenge gear for multiple seasons. You can get customized challenge gear with your name on it. Thechallengegear.com for all of your challenge needs. Make sure you visit shop.lwcpodcast.com for all of your general challenge gear and all of your Love War Challenges shit. So get yourself a jersey with Becky on it. Get one that says Antonio on it. Big shout out to our guy, Tyler Louder. Couldn't make it today. He's taking a small break. He is going to be back to keep fucking y'all up with some excellent lists. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but we are going to get back to it as soon as possible. Thank all of you for joining us. Thank all of you for taking your time to spend with us. We appreciate it. Hopefully we're able to entertain you and talk about some real stuff that's going on and how we feel about it. For anybody else who's not really feeling it, or anybody who feels the need to defend Jordan or racist behaviors, I know this is trying times. We're all trying to rely on each other. I just want to let you guys know, suck my whole dick.
There we
Stop.
go.
Shit.
All right.
Bottle.
Well, with that being said,
Antonio, close us out.
Close us out.
okay.
And
Real
do
quick
you have a
for all
shout
those-
out or anything? Close us out because I'm going to be blackout drunk in like
Okay.
45
Well, real quick,
minutes.
for those of you that are in the listening, whatever, commenting, follow me on Twitter. If I don't follow you back, DM me and I'll follow you right back. Just let me know. I'm on top of my game lately.
Wait,
All
time
right.
out. You give
Sure.
yourself a Twitter shout out?
Yeah.
He said you give a shout out to
Okay.
somebody else, not for
All right.
yourself.
Well,
Yeah.
my
yeah.
sports podcast. Wait. One more plug. My sports podcast finally recording our official first episode next week because sports coming back on. So keep on the lookout for that. My sports account is in my bio on my Twitter account and Few Bananas.
Are
Follow
you
me there. Follow me
plugging
back. All that
another
fun stuff.
podcast?
No, it's
No
the same
one
one.
cares.
We just delayed it because of the world. With that being said, another great episode, Podsters. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you stay updated by following us on Twitter and Instagram at LWCPodcast. Join us up on Facebook at facebook.com/LoveWarChallenges. Join our discussions under the challenge subreddit at LWC Podcast. Also, check out our website at lwcpodcast.com. Make sure when you listen to us on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and YouTube, give us 5 stars, give us a great review, and most importantly, subscribe. Have a great day, Podsters. Peace.
Before you guys go, I want to let you guys know we love all of you. We appreciate all of you. When this episode comes out, this will be our 100th episode. This is it.
Shit.
100
We did it.
fucking episodes in a year
think
and change. There's only 52 weeks in a year, and we started this February of last year.
Hey.
100 episodes. We will be doing a 100th episode special coming out soon, not
Yeah.
immediate, but 100 fucking episode, guys. Can you guys
Hey,
believe
we
it?
fucking did it.
Hey, cheers to us.
I probably been here for like 80 of that, maybe, because I missed a few episodes here
We
and
missed
there.
a
But
couple,
hey,
not a whole bunch. I have not missed a single fucking episode.
I mean, you
you
physically can't miss an episode because if you miss it,
Who's gonna edit this shit,
screwed.
right?
not even that. Like, who's gonna set up the live? Who's gonna count us down? Who's gonna say the intro? Who's gonna give the segues?
We're all in this together, but any of you motherfuckers want to pick up that line of work, you let me know.
Hey,
I can sit
Let
one
me
out.
just tell you also right now, give a big shout out to Malik. I don't think he gets appreciated enough sometimes at how much work he does do for us. He is great. He is amazing. But LWC, honestly, Love War Challenges would not be in existence, I think, if Malik was not here at this point. So, big ups to Big Papa over there.
Thank you so much for the kind words. I do wear a lot of hats, but I couldn't do this by myself. I guarantee you, nobody wants to sit here for an hour and hear me talk shit about the challenge and tell people to, suck things and just being overall
You would
angry
be surprised.
and fucking halfway drunk. I can't do this by myself. This for all of us. Don't get me wrong. We put a little coin in our pockets from time to time, but this is really just about adding more content to the challenge community. If I could do this for a living, which hopefully I may be able to do at some point, I would. Just love you guys. Love all of you. Thank you so much for kicking it with us. We appreciate it. We're going to be back here next week. Expect more content. I'm only doing more shit. All right, Bananas already closed us out. We fucking out of here. Get these lights the fuck out of here. Yo, we out. Oh shit.
woo, we're done. That's
Good
it.
night,
I'm stop
motherfucker.
recording.
Peace.
I mean, I'm not
This
going
is
to
a
do all
dirty
that.
game, bro. And what I've always said is all is fair in love, war, and challenges, 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 and challenges.
I know. Fix it a little more. I know we're recording now. A special podcast.
I don't know. I think I just would have to.
I don't know. He's got that smirk on his face half the time he says anything. I'll trust him. Oh, yeah, he's hiding. Doesn't affect his life. Are we still live?
Hmm.